actually passed out in the house. She collapsed. She wasn't herself. We rushed her to the hospital. And while at the hospital, we reached out to Pastor Patrick because he was the chaplain of the school. And he immediately reached out to Pastor. And while they were trying to revive her in the hospital, Pastor called and he prayed for her. Meanwhile, while we were in the hospital, she was experiencing something else on the other side. She said she was in a situation where she was approaching, so there were two people.
So let her speak, let her tell us what she saw. Yeah.
When I passed out, I saw myself on the other side being accompanied by two people to a graveyard.
She was accompanied by two people to a graveyard. Was being accompanied.
And at the front of the gate, I saw the grave that they had digged for themselves, not for me, with their date of birth to that current
year. Date of birth?
To that current year.
So the current day, that is, so-and-so person put her name and put her date of birth, dash. You know how they do gravestones? To the date of that day, they put that date on the graveyard that she was seen on the other side.
Then under it, they wrote, "Gone too soon."
They wrote under it, "Gone too soon."
Then just before they were about to make me enter, Daddy appeared in front of us in red and asked them, "Didn't you see the warning?" And they were confused, which warning? And then there was a tag hanging on my neck. He turned the tag, and on it, he wrote my name, Favor Douglas, origin, Dunamis, warning, do not trespass.
Origin, Dunamis, warning, do not trespass. La, 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 la. I said, didn't you see the warning? They say, which warning? So the tag she was wearing on her chest, I turned it the other way, and it was written, origin, Dunamis, warning, do not. It was her testimony that produced this sticker.
Yes, yes.
All right, go ahead.
And then immediately Daddy roared. And
roar! Hey! Hey!
And immediately the ground shook and they left me alone. Then Mommy appeared and carried me and started running. And then at some point she dropped me and I could see light ahead of me, and she told me to run till I reached the light. So I continued running and I reached the light. I woke up and saw myself in the hospital. And
Jesus!
Some days after, while I was still recovering in the hospital, I was alone in the ward. My dad had stepped out and the door opened. And I was trying to make out who or what opened the door. And then I turned and I saw 6 dwarfs beside me.
They were still trying. 6 dwarfs opened the door of the hospital by themselves, demons, and entered.
And they were trying to get me to enter inside the coffin that they had brought with them. And then as they were trying to put me inside, Daddy came in again in white and said, "Didn't I warn you before?" He now kicked all 6 of them inside the coffin and kicked the coffin out of the ward.
Hey!